Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, just wanted to give everyone a warm welcome. Thank you very much for attending today. We're really excited to be presenting our annual salary survey. So, brief introduction. My name's James Tullett. I'm a business manager for our North America division, and we specialize in Salesforce.com staffing. And Rob, do you want to give yourself a brief introduction?
So my name's Robert Woodhouse, and I run a team of Salesforce recruiters specialising in freelance and permanent staff in the UK.
Cool. So just as a better introduction as to who we are the global leaders in Salesforce.com recruitment. So every year we focus on trying to deliver a document with an annual salary survey to identify market trends, give you guys the information to understand how much you're worth and the key findings in the market. So I'll start by explaining a bit about who we are in a bit more depth, and I'm going to pass you over to Rob, who's going to explain about those findings and go into the salary in a bit more detail. Fine, so Mason Frank, we are the global leaders in Salesforce Recruitment. We are the only global recruiter that solely specialises in the Salesforce market. So just to give you a better understanding, we are probably the best company in the world to give you the information to tell you exactly what you're worth and what the market trends are. We have 130 consultants solely focusing in Salesforce.com staffing, 6 offices across the world, and we supplied more Salesforce professionals to ISVs, partners, and end users than any other recruiter. So, how do we find candidates like you, and how do we provide the best candidates to clients out there in the marketplace? So firstly, we invest around $2.5 million a year into acquiring top talent. So whether that be sponsoring Dreamforce, advertising, going out and trying to really identify core talent, we understand that there's a real supply and demand issue in the Salesforce market. So we want to make sure that we are bringing the best people and the best opportunities to candidates in the marketplace and giving you the best opportunities and what you deserve. Sorry, moving on quickly there. So, how do we deliver candidates that best fit your business, and how do we give candidates the best opportunities in the Salesforce market? So we only introduce candidates that want to work for companies. We try and avoid, obviously, trying to push candidates into opportunities that best or don't suit them. So we really try to understand technical expertise. Do candidates have the right technical expertise, and do clients have the positions that suit you? I think a really core issue out there in the marketplace is staffing companies trying to push administrators into developer positions and developers into administrator positions. So we really focus on trying to find how technical you are, how technical clients want people to be, and making sure that we're pushing that sweet spot to make the opportunities right. Obviously, culture is a huge fit. We want to make sure that we've got everyone in the right culture of the business, and we're making sure that we've got the right candidates in the right business of the culture. And obviously, interpersonal skills. We want to make sure that if we're providing people and if we're putting you into opportunities, that you do have the right interpersonal skills to be doing that. So that's who we are as a business. And I guess just going into the exciting stuff that Rob can go into is the salary survey. But just to give you the basis of what the salary survey is, how we got all of the information, and how you guys can find out how much you're worth, this is how we did it. So, the survey method. Survey report is based on 17,000 data points. So that includes survey responses, our internal placement data, jobs registered with Mason Frank, so which clients came to us, how many jobs are out there, and what demographics and all that type of stuff. Each response has been validated using statistical analysis, so we've made sure that obviously the information and the data is what it is. Any data profiles that do not pass our validation rules and statistical analysis are deemed questionable and incomplete, so we didn't put that in the survey. So our source, we had 12,558 registered vacancies in our 2016 salary survey. Number of placements that we've done or used to fill the salary, 977. And the number of survey responses that we put out to the marketplace and were completed and validated were 3,452. So just shy of 17,000 data points we managed to bring in. Survey demographics, obviously the large one up there that you'll see, the US, 51%. That's where the majority of the market is. Obviously, Salesforce being founded in San Fran and where the large market's growing at the moment. And then, also where the other data's come from. So 6% Germany, 2% Netherlands, 1% Nordics, 12% from the United Kingdom, 5% Canada, 2% Singapore, 8% rest of the world, 7% France, 4% Australia, and 2% Spain. So we've tried to, and we'll give everyone a copy of the salary survey at the end of it, which can be picked up from our guys scattered around today. So you'll be able to see where the trends are in each demographic. So it's not just obviously across one method. Survey demographics. So another one, obviously gender equality is a big thing at the moment. We want to make sure or show against male and female. So there was a greater proportion of female respondents this year. So we had a 33% increase last year compared to 27% last year. And regional, the US showed that the largest percentage of female respondents was 43%. So there's also some other demographics in the actual salary survey that you can have a look at with that as well. So I'm going to pass you over to Rob now, who's going to discuss some of our key findings. So Rob will explain to you a few of the touch points that we had from that salary survey. At the end, we'll open it up to the floor to ask any questions, and then everyone can take away a salary survey which have the individual figures of mid, junior, and senior positions and what we found from that survey in terms of worth. Pass you over to you, Rob.
Thank you very much. And before I start, thank you very much for everyone coming out. To be honest, I wasn't expecting the crowd to be this big, so thanks very much for that. And glad to be here flying the flag for the UK. Basically the exciting bit, the key findings, and we wanted to just highlight the main things that came out of the salary survey, really. I think the first one, very interestingly, is I say only 73% of the people that we actually placed last year into Salesforce positions were actually certified. So I think what you guys can take away from that is you can really see how your skill set is sought after, that 30% of the people that we placed into Salesforce specific positions last year weren't actually certified. So although we would always recommend it, it's not actually it's not the end of the world if you guys are not certified. And changing jobs as well, which I thought this one's particularly interesting, as ultimately this survey is about how much you guys are worth in the market, but 60%, which is obviously the majority, came back with it wasn't actually the monetary value of what they were or the amount of money they were getting paid, it was actually the lack of career prospects, the reason they were moving jobs. In the Salesforce.com market, if you do a good job, the money is kind of a byproduct. You will be getting paid if you're doing a good job in what you're doing. But again, 60% is the majority. Moving on to Salesforce Experience. So what we got out of this one is that the certifications that people possess, the majority you can see are the Administrator Basic, ADM 201, and Force.com Developer, Dev 401, or Platform Developer 1 as it's now known. But what we found is that with the Advanced Administrator and Advanced Developer, just by taking that extra step and getting that advanced certification, you're giving yourself a massive opportunity in getting a higher salary and be getting paid more for the job you're actually doing. So anyone that's sitting there at the moment on an ADM and just a dev certification, we would definitely recommend you to actually get your advanced certifications because, you're going to be getting paid more at the end of it. And the thing I was absolutely dreading is the buttons stopped working. There we go. Salesforce Projects. Now, this is very much just a sort of demographic, really, in terms of the data that we pulled out, in terms of the top 3 Salesforce products. Naturally, Sales, Service, and Force.com are the top 3 products. But we actually also threw a different question out this year about where we see the most growth on products, which is Salesforce Lightning. So any of you out there in the market at the moment, we've placed multiple people already. Anyone with Lightning skills or you've delivered on a project with Salesforce Lightning, you're massively increasing your chances of getting more money and also setting yourself apart from other candidates that you're up against. You might be up against 3, 4 other candidates in the process. Even if a client hasn't actually implemented Lightning yet, the fact that you've got that and that you might be able to implement it moving forward, then again, you're setting yourself apart from the rest of the pack that you're up against. Employee benefits. Again, this one is very much a demographic. It's just basically what benefits have you guys got, and then anyone that responded basically gave us a list of all their benefits. So top, laptop, health insurance, and work from home. What we've been doing in the UK at the moment is actually working with clients, and we're running a new survey at the moment that's basically people that work from home versus people that work in the office. And although it is actually just a slight 2, 3, 4% increase, people that work from home from a technical delivery perspective, be that logging tickets as an administrator or actually coding or declarative development, people that are just sitting at home actually configuring the system are actually more productive than those that work in the office. So that was a huge finding at the moment. So a lot of employers in Salesforce at the moment are offering remote working. So I suppose the war cry here is go to your employer and tell them that you'll be more productive working from home. Or if you're an employer, maybe loosen up a little bit and let people work from home, and you'll see the productivity out the other end. And that concludes the presentation. Like I say, there's loads of us dotted around at the moment. Happy to ask any questions you guys have got. We'll throw it out to the floor first of all, and then we're going to be handing out surveys and stuff. So, any questions?
Yes, question over there. Yeah, absolutely, and we were looking at doing that, so sorry for that. It was put together at pretty short notice. So all of the salary information that we have is printed in our salary survey. So we've got copies that are going to be coming around shortly, and we've broken that down into junior, mid, and senior into every position in the Salesforce market. So anything from administration, development, project management, and the numbers that came back. We were going to put it in there, but it's quite a comprehensive document because we've done it from Europe, USA, and every demographic in the world. Yeah, there's been a huge increase in salaries, we think. Obviously, as the Salesforce market is growing, we found one finding from our salary survey was that projects increased by 70% this year from last year. So customers are significantly investing into Salesforce more and more every year. And obviously, with that happening, the supply of good candidates in the marketplace is increasing. So we found that salaries have increased significantly.
I think also on the salary increase, about 2 years ago, from partner organisations, there was a massive amount of permanent staff moving over into contracting, which is typically people get paid a lot more money for. And that saw, all of a sudden, it was like a big spike from a lot of people going from permanent into contracting. And then basically the partner salaries really went through, we basically saw a massive increase. So partners started upping their salaries because a lot of people with that level of experience started to contract. So that was a trend that we saw as well in terms of salaries being increased.
Absolutely. With the supply of candidates increasing for the demand that's in the marketplace, it's becoming quite a contract-heavy market. So obviously people can command a lot more money in the marketplace for the skills that they have. Yes, we do. So our booth, we've got a booth at stand 11 in the dev zone here. We will send it out with everyone. I don't know how we're going to do it.
I think we've got USBs with the salary survey on that we'll be giving out. So you can swing by our booth, which is over there.
Stand 11 in the dev zone, and we've got hard copies and we've got electronic copies for everyone to take away. Rob, do you want to answer that?
Trailhead badges was that? Yeah, so basically we've got a lot of, every person that's got a CV now, I would suggest certifications, trailhead badges will, basically, obviously they're not as hard as certifications, but I'd definitely suggest putting them on your CV because people definitely appreciate them.
Okay, thank you. What about having skills with regular languages like Ruby or Java? Does it bring any value? Or when you're working with Salesforce, you're basically mostly working with Salesforce, except the situation when you have to integrate with services. What about that?
Yeah, from a development standpoint, we're seeing a lot of clients approaching us at the moment. They're looking for candidates with experience in JavaScript or from a Java background. So I think that's definitely a benefit. And obviously, if you've got a lot more development experience prior to moving into Salesforce, I think that really does increase your value because it shows your technical abilities.
I think, yeah, anyone that's got a background in object-oriented programming can pretty much shift over into Salesforce pretty quickly because the fundamentals are all the same.
Any other questions?
Oh, so do you have any data on combination of technologies? Like, is it Lightning only or Lightning plus, I don't know, like other JavaScript frameworks or anything like that that could help us, like, I don't know, guide us to, oh, we should learn also this other stuff, and in combination maybe like provides more job opportunities or anything like that?
Yeah, we don't have any data on that, but I guess just from market trends and what we've seen, that any programming experience prior to moving into Salesforce is attractive. The amount of clients that we've had approach us about Lightning experience over the last couple of days is enormous. So anything Lightning is going to be a significant value to your resume. But unfortunately, we don't have anything around combination, but it's all helpful. Anyone has any questions or anything? We've got 2 booths. We've got one in the expo hall, number 216, and our booth over there is number 11.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.